right, Facebook world, let's get it. Part 2 of Blackphobia. Are you afraid of heights? Are you afraid of heights? Is that why you're not getting where you need to be? Robert E., Sandra, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Roderick. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get some things settled up here. Testing, mics on. All right. All right. All right. All right. I'm ready if y'all are ready. Let's do it. Let's get Periscope on. There we go. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, where I do my absolute best to bring practical, proven wealth building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation. And it brings me a great deal of pleasure, honor, and a privilege to bring you, to come to you live and direct from the Worth Clark Realty Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, my aunt, Edie Kane Hoskins, is a real estate agent here in the St. Louis metro area, and she is doing amazing things, but she's getting a little older and up in age, and wants to know if there's anybody in the St. Louis area, or if you know anybody in the St. Louis area. Bethany, touchdown in Oakland. I hear you. Anybody in the St. Louis area that may want to be a real estate agent's apprentice, right? Helping her get things off the ground, helping her show houses and properties and things of that nature. And of course, the nature of real estate is nobody gets paid until something is sold, but she's splitting the commission with those who are willing to undertake and be her understudy, so to speak. So you can give her a call at 314-477-1797. Serious inquiries only, right? 314-477-1797. She's licensed. She's got properties listed, but can use a little help getting those properties sold and shown and that sort of thing. And she split the commission very generously with anybody that can help her in that capacity. So reach out to her only if you're serious, though. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Her name is Edie Kane Hoskins is the last name. Kane Hoskins. Tell her the financial health mentor sent you, H. Cortez, and she'll set up a meeting with you and get some things squared away. And you guys will, ultimately see if you guys are compatible and if you can work together. Edie Kane Hoskins is the name. Thank you for putting that in, Bethany. Enjoy your stay out in your hometown, man. I know you're from the California area, so let's enjoy your stay, right? All right. So do me a huge favor if you're checking this out on Periscope, then make sure you share it with your followers. Make sure you tap the screen to give me hearts, and make sure that you hit the little man in the corner so you can get notifications every time we go live. I'm going to start going a little bit more live on Periscope throughout the day as well, so you want to get notifications for that. My folks on YouTube, I really hate that we can't connect. I hate we can't connect, that you guys can't type in the chat live so I can see you. But leave me a comment if you're vibing with the show. If there's something that you want to hear us discuss on the show, leave me a comment and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'm trying to push 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe, and that way you get notifications when I go live through YouTube as well. And then grab the link and share it on your favorite social media timeline. You guys on Facebook, I see Mojo Knows has already shared the stream. You guys share on the stream, and then just remind me to have people ask people to share later in the show as other people come on. And then we're going to get that thing rocking and rolling. If you haven't hit the little man on Facebook as well, which lets you follow the show so you get notifications when I go live throughout the day, then you can do that as well. So let me let you know exactly who the show is for, man. In case you're new, you've never been here before, the show is for risers and grinders, man. If you're ready to get up, get out, and get something, then this is your show. This show is for people who are about building legacies for their family. If you are about that legacy building life, then this is your show. Every day before I lay down, I think about what I'm going to do in the future, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, to make sure that my children's children will be proud to bear my last name. If that's you, this is your show. On the other hand, who is the show not for? This show is not for that person who can't stand the word money, think wealthy people are snobs, think capitalism is evil. If that's you, then this ain't your show. This ain't your show, because when you have that kind of relationship with money, you tend to repel money away from you instead of attracting money to you. You want to attract money, wealth, and other resources to you, and you can start by putting money in its proper perspective and right relationship. Hey, Donovan, did you follow up with Travis from our Tuesday night webinar? He's very, very excited, very interested, man. I meant to get with you yesterday. I'm not sure if you followed up with him. Right? So if that's you, you can exit stage left. We won't miss you, man. This show ain't for you if you are pessimistic. You only see the negative in everything, man. You've got to be positive. You've got to be enthusiastic. And you've got to be an action taker if you want to hit your dreams. If that's not you, then you can exit stage left. And like I tell you each and every morning, I don't have a problem with you not wanting to be wealthy. That's your prerogative. I have a problem with you if you have a problem with me wanting to be wealthy. That's when we have a problem. But if you're cool with where you are, I'm cool with where you are. Just don't look down at me, don't judge me, and definitely don't try to get in my way from becoming a billionaire. Because then you see the ugly side of the financial health mentor. Because ain't nothing stopping me, man. Ain't nothing stopping me. Hopefully y'all feel the same way about your pursuit of your dreams and your goals, right? So, couple quick announcements and we're going to get right into the show. Hey, Father's Day is coming up, guys. You want to get your fathers something unique, then get them my book bundles. Go to books.financialhealthmentor.com, books.financialhealthmentor.com. You got my book bundles, but you also have other titles from other Black authors that you can grab for Father's Day. You have to order by the 14th. If by noon on the 14th, to ensure that I can ship them out and get them to you on time, right? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. The website class goes down tonight. If you want to learn how to build your own websites from scratch using Weebly, that class, part 2 of that class, goes down tonight. So what I'm doing for those who missed the initial class last week, you can still sign up for tonight's class, but I'm taking $25 off since you missed the first live class. So it's normally $97. I'm taking $25 off, so that would be $72 for you guys today. And you guys know that if you're part of Club Millie, Project 1000, Black Wealth Movement, or my econ, then that will make the price $47 for you guys. $47 for you guys. You will get access to the recording. I got everybody in a private group. They get access to the recording And you will get on tonight's live class at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time, and we'll finish up everybody's site, and then we'll go into how to make those sites generate leads. We'll go into speed blogging, how to get up good quality content so that you can share on your social media timelines and attract people to you. So we're going to really go in tonight, and then we'll talk about creating capture pages and things of that nature as well. So hopefully that makes sense to you all, and you're if you're interested in that, you can get on that. And then the Black Wealth Movement is in full effect, guys. We're constantly paying it forward for more and more people to join this movement. If you want to learn how to minimize your taxes, eliminate debt, fix your credit, invest, and get paid to do all of those things when you teach other people, you want to be in the Black Wealth Movement, and we'll pay it forward for you to get started. So inbox me or comment Black Wealth Movement below, and we can show you what that thing is all about. I'll tag you in a live stream that I just did last night that I explained all of the income, how it all works, and just comment Black Wealth Movement below if you want more information on that. So today's show is also brought to you by my girl Bethany Rucker, right? I've got my Young Living essential oils. Now she's gonna kill me because she says don't put your essential oils in plastic because they're so strong they will actually pull in the toxins from the plastic. But I had to put a few drops in my green smoothie, man. So if you don't know anything about essential oils, I want you to touch base with my girl Bethany Rucker, author Bethany Rucker, and she will get you some videos and some things to help you understand the power of using essential oils from internally and externally, from an aromatic standpoint and a supplemental standpoint of how to get these in your system and what they will do for you and make and how they make you work. From an emotional standpoint, how to diffuse them into your atmosphere and how that can settle you down and cause you, help you to relieve stress, right? Because there is such a thing as called aromatherapy, right? Certain scents and things of that nature can really alter your body's physiology, your mood, your emotional state, your spiritual state, things of that nature. So I want you to get with my girl, author Bethany Rucker, if you want to know more about using and incorporating essential oils into your daily health regimen. Acrophobia, or as we have now coined the term, Blackphobia, right? What is Blackphobia? If acrophobia is a natural fear of heights, then Blackphobia is black people's innate fear of ascending to new heights. Acrophobia is a innate fear of height, being high in high places. Physically, I'm on top of a building, I look down and I want to pass out. That's acrophobia. Blackphobia is black people's innate fear of ascending to new heights. Blackphobia is black people's innate fear of reaching greatness. That's why we self-sabotage so much, right? That's why we really don't get to the levels that we can, because we have an innate fear of being as great as we can. And the reason is because we suffer from post-traumatic slave syndrome. See, when we broke out of slavery, and it didn't take us more than 20 years to have Black Wall Streets and things of that nature popping all over the place during the Reconstruction period. And mainstream America said, wait a minute. These folks are 20, 30 years out of slavery. And they're already ascending and building miniature mega cities all over the country. What's going to happen? What is this world, what is this country going to look like in 100 years? So as we were ascending to our greatness, they threatened our lives. And that threat is still encoded in our DNA. So most of us don't know why we're afraid to succeed. I'm telling you why. We're afraid to succeed because at one point, succeeding meant that was grounds for someone to kill us. Now, it is still grounds for someone to kill us, but it is less likely to happen, at least early on. So we can ascend to a certain level of greatness with a certain level of security, and there's a certain way that you can build your empires and your infrastructures to where killing you won't even stop it. It's part of the reason why they wanted us to give our babies to them and put them in our school systems. Because imagine if you were ascending to your own greatness and your babies had contact with nobody but other people who look like you, who were ascending to greatness. And they didn't go to school to get brainwashed to think inside the box. They were able to be out in nature and doing the things that we do as a people to improve, to stay healthy, to keep our minds sharp. What happens if we don't take the geniuses of our babies when their mind is exploding extremely rapidly and put them in the box known as a school, and they condense that rapid growth of that brain and they stifle that growth, and then they eventually kill it? What happens if we don't do that? Where are we today? So we understand that Blackphobia is very real. It's a term that I just coined yesterday, but we understand that it's very real. We just couldn't put a finger on it. We just couldn't say, why the heck every time we start aspiring to greatness, we fall off the wagon, we give up, we quit, we self-sabotage, we go drink ourselves into a frenzy and wreck our car. Or it's an innate fear that we have inside of us. It's an innate fear based on post-traumatic slave syndrome that we have that says, I can only get so great without being threatened or feeling threatened. I can only get to a certain place in my life towards my greatness, and because of that, I'm scared to death. So we're going to talk about 8 signs or 8 symptoms of Blackphobia. Number 1, you talk a lot and do nothing. It's a sign of Blackphobia. That's the sign of the internal conflict of you trying to overcome and rewrite your DNA code. See, you talk a lot about being great, but you do nothing. So the king in you, the queen in you is knowing that you can do all of this stuff, but that innate fear in you won't let you take any action. So that's the internal conflict that we're having, that's your body trying to rewrite or erase that code. Your body is searching for the negative codes in your DNA so they can rewrite them, so they can recode you, so they can reprogram you. So you talk a lot, but you don't do anything because that fear is very real and it's very strong for so many of us. But the talking about being great, that's your body's, your subconscious mind trying to call out to your conscious mind that yes, we can do this. Yes, let's transform. Yes, let's find that little piece of code in our DNA and let's rewrite that thing. Right? Number 2, all lights must be green before you pull out your driveway. You know where you want to go. You know that you have the skills, talents, and abilities to get you there, but for some reason, you won't go. You got a reason. Man, when my kids get old enough, then I'm going to go ahead and start this business. Man, I can't wait till my babies can start to walk so I can really start moving, start writing this book. I can't wait till my kids start really, get into middle school. They can take care of themselves a little bit more. I can leave them at home a little bit more, and then I can go out and get my hustle on. Right? You got all of these reasons that says all lights must be green before we go. How many of you guys know that all lights are never green before you go? And even if they are green before you go, by the time you pull up to the intersection, they're not green anymore. Right? Right? So number 2, all lights must be green before you go. Right? That is, I will get to that. All lights must be green before you go. Number 3, as we discussed it yesterday, number 3, you are idea central with zero execution. See, all of this stuff, this is that internal conflict that you're having with yourself. Your subconscious mind, your ancestors, everything in you is trying to rewrite this little piece of code that will unlock your greatness. This little piece of code is stopping you from building the pyramids. And your subconscious mind is trying to rewrite this code so it's flooding your body with all of these ideas. How many of you guys know certain people you go sit down and talk to and you've picked up some ideas from them and you went and executed and made good on executing those ideas and they still talking about it? I do it all the time. I do it all the time. I hear people talking about good ideas. I say, man, that's a good idea, man. What you gonna do with that? Nothing? Okay. Okay, you okay. Right? And then I will take that idea, incorporate it into what I'm doing, and I execute. Right? We got the executioner on the line. If you got a problem with executing, you got ideas, but you don't know how to execute, I call Evan Jefferson the executioner because he executes like nobody's business, man. If you got a problem executing, connect with the executioner. He will help you execute your idea. So number 3, you are idea central. You got all of these ideas, man, and each and every one of them will make you a millionaire or more. You just don't execute. That's that internal conflict that we have. We're trying to rewrite that code that says, yes, your greatness might kill you. But that greatness that got you killed, we done already passed it down into the DNA of your children. And they can't kill us all. So go after it with everything you got. That's what I'm talking about. Evan Jefferson executes. I just helped somebody turn $1 into $5. Executes like nobody business. You are idea central. People just come around you and you just, all these ideas. And what you don't realize is that the people who have come around you, those who don't know you, those who don't love you, they've taken some of those ideas and they're making money off those ideas right now. But you're too scared to execute any of them. Number 4, we just mentioned that briefly, you got an STD. Number 4 is you have an STD, not a sexually transmitted disease. You're scared to death. Now we know why the innate fear is there, but then you just make some of these other fears, right? I appreciate that Beth says she's almost finished with Monetize My Life. And I apologize for some of the errors that are in there. So I've got somebody who's agreed to edit that thing one more time for me and get it right. but you have an STD. You're scared to death. Now, there's nothing wrong with being scared, but when you understand where the core, where the foundation, where the root cause of that fear is coming from, then you can deal with it. Now, notice how I said deal with it and not eradicate it. Notice how I said deal with it and not eradicate it, because you never eradicate fear. Fear is part of your body's mechanism that it uses to stay alive. Fear is part of your body's mechanism that it uses to stay alive. But what I need you to do, what I need all my brothers and sisters to do, is become fearless. Wait a minute, you said you can never eradicate fear, so how can I become fearless? Right? See, that's a play on words. I want you to become fearless. That means I want you to fear less. You're never going to stop fearing, but I want you to fear less. I want fear to affect you less, so you can move on to your greatness. You have to be fearless. See, those who are fearless move to their greatness in spite of the fear that greatness can ultimately get them killed. Malcolm, Martin, Marcus, fearless. They knew that their life was on the line. They went out in spite of that fear and tried to ignite a fire in you to make you get off your assets and go build some assets. You to be fearless. Fearless. Let fear affect you negatively less. Fearless. Hatchet, my man, what's going on, brother? Let me know when you're free, man, so we can talk about Black Man United. So you're fearless. That means you fear, you allow fear to affect you less. It's always going to affect you. And you want to keep that fear guided. Use it as a compass so that you don't do nothing stupid. Let the fear guide you and say, hey, this is really, really dangerous. Okay, now that I've assessed all the dangers, how do I move forward? Because I've got to move forward despite there's a minefield in front of me. Your fear says, wait, stop, slow down. There is a minefield in front of you. And you check your fear and say, wait, hold up, got it. Minefield, meaning proceed with caution, but gotta proceed nonetheless. At any given step that I take, I can get my legs blown off. Fear, thank you, got it, understood, it's registered. But I gotta move forward anyway. You guys understand that? You have to be fearless in your pursuit of greatness. Right? I talked about yesterday having a conversation with my wife. Do you know a black man aspiring to be a billionaire is almost like a suicide mission, a kamikaze mission? Especially a black man that's going to do with his money what I'm going to do with my money. That's like a kamikaze mission. And when I had this conversation with my wife about 7 or 8 years ago, it wasn't to get her permission, because I know what my calling is. It was giving her permission to get out. See, I wasn't asking for her permission because I know what my calling is, and there's one that I answer to above all else, above everybody else, even my wife. So it wasn't asking her permission, it was giving her permission to get out. Because maybe she don't want to be in a situation where she could potentially be getting threats like Sister Coretta Scott when they were calling about trying to kill Martin and bombing the houses and all. So I want to give her permission to, hey, this thing, this movement, this black economic empowerment movement is what's gotten all of our leaders killed. Now, I'm just going to march down my path to be a billionaire, and I'm going to help as many people as I can become billionaires, and I'm going to help them understand the power of being independently wealthy and what that can mean for our communities, and that might piss some people off. So if this ain't what you signed up for, and you feel that you can't walk with me through these treacherous waters, then I understand. But my mission from my Creator says, this is what I have to do. This is what I have to do. So if that is, I realize I wasn't this person when we made this union. And now that I am, you might be saying to yourself, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this. And if that's the case, I completely understand. But the ride or die chick that my boo is, she was waiting on me to become this man all along. Because she said, I knew that about you. See, you thought I didn't know that this was the mission. God told her this was the mission even before I accepted it as my mission. So she knew that it was going down before I decided to walk in this path. So I thought she didn't know what she was getting herself into. She knew fully. So now, come what may, it is what it is. But if you come, you better come correct. That's all I'm saying. Right? From the guy who's the most non-confrontational person on the planet, right? All right. So that's number 4. You got an STD. And most people don't realize they're scared. And then those who do realize they're scared, I want you to realize why you're scared so you can deal with that. I want you to realize why you're scared so you can deal with that. Not get over it. Not fake it like it's not there. No, properly deal with it. Use that fear as a compass to guide you and to take you to a certain place. That's what we're talking about. So it's okay to have your STD, to be scared to death. But once you're scared to death, how do you deal with that fear and move on in spite of the fear? Right? So really quickly, we're going to go back to our study of the Millionaire Next Door. Got a couple more points. These are things that real millionaires, this is the real portrait of a millionaire, right? Real millionaires have a go to hell fund. In other words, we have accumulated enough wealth to live without working for 10 or more years. How long can you work and still live the exact same lifestyle that you have right now or better? How long can you stop working to not work and live the exact same lifestyle you have right now or better? They said, we got to go to hell fund, man. It'll take me at least 10 years, 12 years before I have to do anything to generate some more income. Thus, those of us with a net worth of 1.6 million could live comfortably for more than 12 years. Actually, we could live longer than that since we save at least 15% of our earned income. Are you saving 15% of your earned income? Right. Robert hit it on the head. It's okay to be scared to death, but when you deal with your mortality and you're no longer scared of death, that's when you step into your greatness. That's when you deal with your mortality in that sense, that's when you become immortal. I'm going to let y'all sit with that for a second. Only 17% of us or our spouses ever attended a private elementary or a private high school. Did y'all get that? You don't have to go to these prestigious private schools to be wealthy. Now, on the other hand, this is what it means to build a legacy, but 55% of our children do. So they didn't have the private school education and didn't let that stop them from accumulating a bunch of wealth. But they want to make sure that their children can maintain the wealth. So they're trying to get their children the best education possible. And here's the last one. Here's the last one that I'm going to read to you. It says, we are fastidious investors. On average, we invest nearly 20% of our household realized income each year. How much of your household income are you investing each year? It says a picture of a millionaire says we invest about 20%. 20% of it don't go to Gucci and Fendi and I don't know, whoever makes Red Bottom and Ralph Lauren. They said, nope, we are fastidious investors. On average, we invest nearly 20% of our household realized income each year. 79% of us have at least one account with a brokerage company. Evan talks about this all the time. You need 3 bank accounts. You need your checking and savings, and you need your brokerage account. Without the brokerage account, you can't access the markets. You can't use your bank account to buy stock. You can't use your checking and savings to buy stock. You need your brokerage account. How many guys have set up their brokerage account? And if you have not yet, give me a commitment today that you're going to go to set up a brokerage account. Get with Evan. He'll help you get it done. He'll refer you to a couple. He uses a couple different ones. I use Options Express. Give me a commitment today if you do not have a brokerage account, and let us hold you accountable to getting your brokerage account set up today. And guess what? You don't even need no money. You can set up your account and you can fund it within 30 days or something like that. If you do not have your brokerage account set up, give me a commitment that you're going to set up your brokerage account today. Everybody cool with that? All right, so I guess everybody got their brokerage account set up. All right, nobody's saying that they're going to give me a commitment. I'm guessing everybody on the stream today has got their brokerage account set up. So those are some of the things. The approach. I'll get one done today. Yes, get it done. And like I said, you don't have to fund it right away, but eventually you will have to fund it. Okay, Mario said he's committed to setting up one today. This is what we have to do for each other, y'all. We have to do this for each other. We're on this stream. I'm not on this stream every day for no BS, man. I need some soldiers in this war on poverty so that we can eradicate it. If we're not fighting this war on poverty, man, we are doing ourselves a disservice. TD Ameritraders who Yvette goes through, right? There are tons of them out there. And when you set up your brokerage account, that's not an investment. That's just giving you access to make investments, purchases through the market. So don't be afraid of that. Your money can sit there for 50 years as long as they don't charge you any monthly penalties or that while you're learning what you want to invest in. Then you can get them on the phone and say, hey, I want to buy shares of this, shares of that. But you should have one open, right? All right. Is mutual fund the same as a brokerage account? I invest monthly. Yeah, if you got a mutual fund, that's good. That's good. That's good. Your mutual fund is somebody else doing it for you. You have a brokerage account, then you can actually go in and pull the trigger on some things that you just want to invest in. Maybe you're the type of person that wears Nikes all day, every day, and your whole family wears Nike all day, every day. Maybe you're the type of person that your wife will never wear another scent unless it comes from Victoria's Secret or Bath & Body Works. If you're committed to those companies like that, you might just want to independently go out and buy some shares in those companies. Now, that's not advice. I'm just saying That's how some people look at their advice. You might be the person who lives in Walmart 3 times a week. Well, hell, get you some Walmart stock, right? Can I open an account for my children? They are 18, 15, and 15. Yes. I'm actually sitting down with my son this weekend. He just got his first job. He's 18. He can open his own since he's 18. Your 15 year olds you have to be the custodial on their accounts. So you have to be in there with them. But if they're 18, then he can have his own account, right? Yeah, you can connect with Evan. Evan will make sure you get it done. Yeah, anybody want some guidance on that? I don't know if he charges for that, but Evan's my guy, man. If you want to get somebody to walk you through that, Evan can do it. But it's just like setting up a regular bank account. You just have to know what a brokerage account company is versus a traditional bank account, right? And most traditional banks, retail banks, have an investment side, right? So Wells Fargo has their banks on the corner, and then they have their investment side, right? Somebody said Capital One has their regular banks, their credit cards, but then they have their investment side, right? So Options Express is who I use. They are the investment or the brokerage banking system for Charles Schwab, right? So all of them have them. All of them have them. But yeah, Evan will definitely get you right. All right. So let's finish up because I don't want to do a part 3 on this. Let's finish up. So number 1, you talk a lot and never do anything. All lights must be green before you go. Number 2. Number 3, these are symptoms that you have Blackphobia. These are signs and symptoms that you have Blackphobia. You are idea central, but you execute on nothing. You got all these ideas, but you ain't doing none of them. All these ideas and you ain't doing nothing. So Evan has put the YouTube link in on some training on how to set up your brokerage accounts. But everybody should have one. And when we come on tomorrow, if you're on tomorrow, I'm going to ask everybody to give me the name of the brokerage account that they set up. Give me confirmation that we took some action today. Is that cool with everybody? You can come back on tomorrow as we do Free Game Friday and say, hey, I set up my brokerage account with XYZ, right? Because if we're not willing to hold each other accountable, y'all, nobody else will. If we're not willing to hold each other accountable, nobody else will. Right? So number 1, you talk a lot and do nothing. Number 2, you're waiting for all lights to be green. You're waiting for the perfect opportunity to make your move. There is no perfect opportunity. There is no perfect chance. Number 3, you are idea central. You have all the ideas, you just don't execute on none of them. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough is famous for saying every single person on this planet gets at least 4 ideas a year that will make them a multi-millionaire if they would just execute on them. Every person gets at least 4 ideas a year that will make them a multi-millionaire if they would just execute and follow through. How many multi-million ideas have you already had this year that you've done nothing with? Number 4, you have an STD, you're scared to death, and fear is okay, but I want you to understand why you fear so that you can then deal with fear in the proper context. Number 5, I called it 1-2 push, right? And we just talked about it, and I just did it to you guys. I challenge you to do something, and now I'm holding you accountable to do it. See, sometimes we need other people to push us, right? Right? Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. No, Jigga, I am going to push you. Because you've been close to the edge all your life and you won't step out the damn plane. Right? So in a little video clip I shared last week, a couple weeks ago, Will Smith was talking about his first experience skydiving. And he talked about how God put all of the greatest things on the other side of fear. Put a lot of great things on the other side of fear. He said he was so scared to skydive after he made the commitment to his buddies that he was going to do it. The night before, he's shaking in his bed and he's thinking, I'm nowhere near the plane. Why am I so scared right now? Next morning, he wakes up in his bed, scared to death, nowhere near the plane, but scared to death. Right? Fear has its place, but you got to know how to deal with it. So he says that when you're on the plane, they get you to the edge. They open the door. They get you to the edge, and you're strapped up with another person if this is your first time. And they say, we're going to push you when you're going to jump on three. On three. And they count 1, 2, and they push you on 2. So push you out on 2. Why? Because they said on 3, people try to grab and hold on and change their mind. So they always push them on 2. They push them out on 2. Do you have friends in your life? Do you have people in your life who are on the edge doing that double dutch thing? And they need somebody to push them in the ropes. Will you be that for your friends? So you guys are on the edge of investing, and I just pushed you into opening up your brokerage account. Do you have people in your life that will do that for you? A lot of us run from people that will pull us to the carpet. A lot of us are running from people that will hold us accountable. And we hang with people who accept our BS excuses all day, every day. And the reason they accept our BS excuses because they have a bunch of BS excuses. That's why Evan kicks people off his timeline all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Because he can't accept BS excuses. You said you want to build wealth. I'm going to take you by the hand and I'm going to start running. And if you said you want to build wealth, as I'm running, you may stumble and fall, but I'm not going to let you go. But what that means is I'm probably going to drag you for a couple miles. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with the bumps and the bruises of me dragging you till you realize I'm going to get up on my feet and start running with this brother? Do you have people in your life that's holding you accountable, or do you congregate and spend all of your time with people who are going to accept your BS excuses because you accept theirs? I was training a kid last night. I said, what's your daily maintenance routine? Right? Daily maintenance. You're an athlete. So even when you're not in the gym working out for gain, working out to get more power, be more explosive, you should have a daily maintenance routine. This is just something I just do every day just because. In the mornings, I drop down and do 100 push-ups just for maintenance. That's not going to get me bigger, but I'm 42 years old. I'm not trying to get bigger. I'm just trying to maintain a certain level of health. He's an athlete going into his senior year and doesn't have a daily maintenance routine. He couldn't make it through 20 minutes of a workout with me because he's not in shape. I said, how do you go into your senior year saying in your head that you want to play on the next level and you're not conditioning your body daily? You know why he don't have a daily maintenance routine? Because he runs with a bunch of other so-called athletes who don't have a daily maintenance routine. You understand? He's not running with, so now he's starting to run with my son. So my son trained him the other day, and in 10 minutes, he's down there throwing up. See, if he runs with my son's going to push him and is going to hold him accountable as his teammate and say, look, bro, the way you're treating your body is not going to help us win a championship. I'm trying to win a championship, so I need you to get your act together. And if you're not going to get your act together, get away from around me. Number 5, are you around people that's going to hold you accountable? Yeah, the Garbage Can Chronicles. Yeah, most definitely. 10 minutes. He didn't even make it to the Vertimax Carvel. We do something called 50 by 5 as a warm-up. See, I want you to get, can you even handle my warm-up? See, some people ain't training at all that they can't even handle the warm-up. My warm-up is 50 tuck jumps, 50 push-ups, 50 squat jump, 50 split squat jumps, 50 dips, and 50 squat jumps. 50 exercises, 50 reps, 5 different exercises in 5 minutes. That's the warm-up. He's puking all over himself during the warm-up. Are you trying to run with people who you can't even handle their warm-up? Those are the types of people that you should be trying to run with. Those are the type of people you should be trying to run with. I was on the phone, a coaching call with Marquell Russell. I can't handle his warm-up. Dude is so up here with his internet marketing. I can't handle his warm-up. But you know what I said? Call you next week, coach. Because I got to get to the place where I can handle his warm-up. And when I can handle his warm-up, then he can take me further. But he just blew my mind. Can you handle the warm-up? And if you can't, I told that kid, I said, this is where you start. He said, what do I do to get in shape? I said, do 50 by 5 every day, morning and at night. Then cut it in half and time yourself. Do 25 by 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Do 25 of those, each of those exercises. Put the timer on and push yourself through it. And then step up and keep going from there. Do you have people that will hold you accountable? Number 6. This is how you know you have Blackphobia. You pursue your dreams and goals as if you have all the time in the world. No urgency. You pursue your dreams and goals as if you have all the time in the world. There's no sense of urgency about anything you're doing. I want to give y'all a clue, man. And I learned this from my mentors a few years back. Success loves speed. Success loves speed. I'm walking in my mission. I'm walking in my purpose. But Christ knew the exact day that he was going to die. So he knew he had to get all of this mission done because he knew the exact day he was going to die. Yes, I'm finally walking in my purpose and my mission. I don't know the exact day that I'm going to die. So I'm trying to get as much of my mission accomplished as possible because I don't know if today is my last day. I'm trying to get all of y'all set up y'all brokerage accounts today. I don't know how much time I have left. And I've got this castle to build. So I'm building with everything I got as fast as I can because I don't know how much time I have left. Poor middle class people, people suffering from Blackphobia, there's no sense of urgency. Yeah, I'm gonna start that business. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go down to the Secretary of State office next month. I talk to people about building wealth and paying it forward, and it costing $35 a month, and they're in love with the program, and then they hit me with, yeah, I'm gonna get started next month. I'm like, dang, Jigga, really? No sense of urgency. No sense of urgency. Like they just got forever. No, man, I'm trying to get this thing accomplished so I can get on to the next level, another mission. How many of you guys know if you accomplish your mission, God will give you another one? See, some people think that when you accomplish your mission, you die. No, there's so many people not even working on their mission that when you finish yours, God will give you somebody else's. Because he said the job's got to get done. The job has got to get done, whether the person who I originally signed the job to get it done, does it, the job has got to get done. So he might give you somebody else's mission once you accomplish yours. I'm just saying. Add a sense of urgency to your dreams and your goals and your accomplishments, right? I'm literally trying to work 16, 17, 18 hours every single day towards my mission. I told you before, sleep is overrated. Rest is critical, but sleep is overrated. I work, sleep a little bit, but then I take time to rest, meditate, rejuvenate, restore my soul, my spirit, and then I work. I move with a sense of urgency, y'all, a sense of purpose. Number seven. This is the double Dutch people, right? The double Dutch people stay getting ready. This is how you know you got Blackphobia. You stay getting ready. You always finna do something. For the life of me, when I was a kid, I couldn't figure out. I know finna was not a real word, but I couldn't put together what finna, what word is that really though? I know we take a word, a real word, and we put it into our dialect and we translate it because we're trying to create our own language. We're trying to get back to our own language. That's why you don't never let anybody tell you that Ebonics is wrong. No, we are trying to take the language of the common people and transform it into our own. So I was like, what is finna? And it came to me when I was a boy. I was like, oh, that fixing to is the technical term of finna, right? Because I like finna. You know, when I first came, from St. Louis to the South, I was like, man, these people talk crazy. And I was a boy. I didn't understand that there's different dialects and different tongues and things. Man, what is finna? Man, finna. I didn't understand. When I met my dad for the first time, right? You guys get that? I met my dad for the first time. One of the first things he asked me is, I'm coating. Now, I know who meets their dad for the first time. A lot of black men. A lot of black men. When I met my dad for the first time, one of the first things he asked me was, I coating? It's like, what the heck is coating? Right? That's what they say in the South. But he meant courting. Are you dating anybody? Dad, I'm 8. What you talking about? Anyway, let's get on to number 7. You stay getting ready. You always finna do something, man. Yeah, I'm finna go ahead and open this business. Yeah, I'm finna go ahead and start investing. I'm finna open my brokerage account, right? I'm finna start taking this class on stocks. Yeah, I'm finna join the Black Wealth Movement. I'm finna hook up with Evan, man, and the alkalized water. Finna hook up with Bethany, man, and start pushing some of them essential oils. I'm finna. And you never do any damn thing because you stay getting ready. It's how you know you suffer from Blackphobia. You stay getting ready. Number 8, the last one, y'all. I'm sorry it took me this long to get to it, but number 8, you're sitting on the dock of the bay. Who is that? Who is that sitting on the dock of the bay? Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the time roll away, watching the tide roll away, or the tide roll away, right? Folks be selling wolf tickets all day, every day. So number 8, you're sitting on the dock of the bay, Never seizing the moment. Never seizing the moment. That's what that means. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay. I'm chilling. Mr. Executioner has put so many opportunities in front of us, and we sitting on the dock of the bay. Never seizing an opportunity. Otis Redding, there you go. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. We're sitting on the dock of the bay, literally. Now, he says watching the tide, but I want you to realize when you're sitting still, you're still moving, because time is still moving. So you're not watching the tide roll away, you're watching the time roll away. And before long, you're going to be 20 years later sitting on the dock of the bay. And we talked about the quote of the day yesterday or the day before, was everybody must choose two pains. Either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Everybody chooses two pains. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Yeah, you got an important job, Bethany. I know you're out with family, but go ahead and rejuvenate. Sleep is overrated, but get you some rest. Restore your soul. Restore your spirit. Sleep is physical. Rest is spiritual. Sleep is for the body as rest is to the spirit. Get your spirit some rest. Go put your feet in the sand or on the bare earth. Some meditation in. Woosah, don't think about your cares in the world. Rest. Right? So, real quickly, let me just recap and then I'm going to let you guys go. So, how do you know you suffer from Blackphobia? Again, what's the definition of Blackphobia? Blackphobia is acrophobia for black folks. Acrophobia is your fear of heights. Blackphobia is black people's innate fear of ascending to greater heights. That's our fear of success. That's Blackphobia. How do you know you got Blackphobia? You all talk and no action. How do you know you got Blackphobia? You got to wait for all the situation to be right before you make a move. How do you know you got Blackphobia? You're idea central. You got all of these ideas and you execute on none of them. How do you know you got Blackphobia? You got an STD, meaning you're scared to death to do anything. But we talked about why you're scared. If you don't understand the breakdown of fear, look at yesterday's show, which was part 1, and we really went in on fear yesterday. Number 5, your 1-2 push, right? You get close to the edge, and then because you don't have anybody to hold you accountable to push you out the plane, you don't have anybody to hold you accountable to push you into the pool so you can go ahead and learn to swim, then you stay on the edge your whole life and you never take that step forward. Number 6, you have all the time in the world. You don't move towards your dreams and goals with a sense of urgency. You just chilling. You just strolling through life. Yeah, I'm gonna set up that business, man. I'll probably kick it off next year. Right? Those are the people who procrastinate. Everything is put off. Right? You stay getting ready. Number 7, you stay getting ready. Right? Double Dutch. Right? You stay getting ready, but you never jump in. You never jump in. I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. You finna your whole life away. Number 8, you sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away as if you actually got time to do that. If you broke, man, you don't got time to be sitting around. You need to be seizing every opportunity that you can to make a way and build a legacy for you and your children. So really quickly to recap on the announcements for today, if you want to grab my books for the fathers in your life, then you can go to books.financialhealthmentor.com. There's also other books by other black authors on that site as well. So give your dad a book for Father's Day this year, right? The website class tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time. You want to learn how to build your own website? Inbox me and I'll send you the details on what you need to do to make that happen. right? So you can join the class and get access to the recording of the first class last Thursday. And then last but not least, man, the Black Wealth Movement is real, y'all. We're helping people every day break from the chains of mental and financial subjugation because they get a blueprint, a plan on how to build a legacy for their families. They minimize taxes, eliminate debt, learn to invest, learn to fix their credit, and when they learn how to teach those strategies to other people, that becomes a business for them so they can write off their lifestyle. That's what the Black Wealth Movement is. We need a blueprint, right? Everybody is talking about what we need to do. We need a blueprint of what to do. See, I love Dr. Boyce, but Dr. Boyce is telling you to start your own business, and he's got classes, right? And you can pay to get in those classes, and that's a good help. He's got the Black Business Boot Camp in the university, right? But we have a hands-on, so he's more of a university. We're like a trade school. He's more of a university. We're like a trade school. We're going to condense this thing, and we're going to cut it into 18 months, and you're going to have a legacy in place for your family. The Black Wealth Movement, right? So I want you guys to inbox me to learn more, or you can check the video that I did last night's live stream. Gives you all of the details of what the Black Wealth Movement is and is not. And if you want to be a part, just inbox me. Somebody's going to pay it forward for you to join the movement as long as you meet the criteria. So I'm Ace Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. Until I talk to you guys tomorrow, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, people.